Um, where do I go? Oh yeah, it's hello. Hello if I'm live. Hello, hello. Let's see. I'm not sure if the video is private. So we are just, yeah, it's not. It's not. Let's check. Okay. I'm not sure where to go to see your comments. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you're live, or if you're with me, uh, hmm, I don't, but it says it's public. Live now, but it's not showing up. Let's try again. If you're here, just hang on and we'll be live in just a, or I'll figure it out in just a second. Visibility says public, so why can't I find this? Oh, I think I'm here. I got it. Yay. Okay. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the video. It has been a little while since I saw you guys, since I chatted with you. I think it's been a little while since I posted a video. So I wanted to do a couple things and chat with you about a couple things. So I have my iPad down here so that I can see comments. And I will try to look here to see comments. So if you come in and you want to say hello in the comments. If you're catching the replay, I will try to remember to go back and add timestamps. I feel like this might be a little bit of a longer video. So I will try to remember to add timestamps so that you can just jump to the place that you need to jump to. You can always leave comments. I do try to get back to everybody that leaves comments. So yeah, so welcome. So it is Friday. It is the beginning of May, and let's chat about a few things. The first thing that we're going to do at some point in this video is we're going to jump over to the Stampin' Up! Catalog, and I'm going to do a walkthrough. I'm going to do it on the computer like I've done in the last couple times, because I feel like we can see things a little bit better than if I do it from my desk looking over the catalog. I feel like we can zoom in and we can look at things and we can chat about it. I didn't really have an intention of doing a walkthrough with the catalog, but I feel like there's been some really big, strong opinions about this catalog. And then with everything that's happening with close to my heart, and I did a video about that. You can check that out, where I talked about my feelings about it. I feel like this kind of all ties together. So the first thing I want to chat about is some changes that are happening with me. I've been doing YouTube now for 13 or 14 years, and I've been doing Stampin' Up! For 12 years. And in that time, I have put out a lot of content here on YouTube. If you look back, I have hundreds of videos on here. And I've consistently put out anywhere from 2 to 5 videos a week. And my whole desire in starting a YouTube channel many years ago, over 10 years ago, was to create and share. That's what I wanted to do. When I started my YouTube channel, I started it with Wendy Cranford. We just launched our master class that is still up if you are interested. And we talked a little bit about that topic, about starting our YouTube channel in that class. I started it because her and I lived 4 hours apart, and we would craft together over Skype, and we would scrapbook over Skype. It was before social media. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have FaceTime. We didn't have Instagram. Really, YouTube was the only social media thing that we had. And so we started a channel together, and we did lots of Cricut stuff. And I found forms like the Cricut form, like message boards where we would gather, and somebody would say, I don't know how to do, I don't know how to use glossy accents. I don't understand what that is. And I would think, well, I know what that is, and I use that, and I love that. So let me do a video and share how to do that. Let me share how to add pages to your scrapbook album, to a post-bound album. I just had this desire to create things and share them with others. And I found a community online where I could do that. And that's how my channel came to be. It was never about a second income or doing this as something that I love to do, that I wanted to continue to do. I just wanted to share with others. And then fast forward a couple years, Wendy started her own YouTube channel. She got into selling Stampin' Up. I joined as a demonstrator, and I started doing that. And it just naturally, because what I was sharing, that's what I was sharing, and that's what I started doing. Now, that's been great. It's been wonderful. I've loved doing it. I've shared cards, I've shared memory keeping. And over the last, decade of time, I have been very consistent about what I've put out. I've put out, like I said, 2 to 4, anywhere from 2 to 5 videos a week, where I'm sharing, I'm creating, I'm connecting. And, they say the thing is, with growing YouTube, with growing social media, you have to be very consistent. And there was a time in my life where I was able to do that. My kids were in elementary school. Our elementary school is literally across the street and around the corner. So it's very close here. So even when I was volunteering and very active within their elementary school world, it was right here. I could, pop off for an hour, go volunteer, go do stuff at the school, and come back and still work. And I was able to do that and be very consistent and be producing a lot. And then Kayla went to middle school, and her middle school was in a different county. She went to a charter school, and it was a drive, and I was carpooling with other parents. And then she went into high school, and currently I have 3 children in 3 different schools. I have one in elementary school, one in middle school, and one in high school. And they're older. The requirements are more on my time, on running around, on driving. I spend more time in the car now than I ever have, and I don't love driving. It's not my favorite thing. But over the last few months, it just has become so clear that it is so hard for me to be consistent on a weekly basis, to say I'm going to have a video every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Friday. Has been really difficult. This week alone, I have been at Kayla's school 4 nights this week. And for her musical stuff, she's in like theater, and she's doing drama. And the season never ends for drama. They go from one production to the next production to the next production to the next production all through summer. She's getting ready to start her musical theater production and practices over the summer. And so it has become really clear to me that it's just not possible for me to say every single Tuesday I'll have a video here. Every single Thursday I will have this. And that's really hard because, you're taught in this industry, you have to be consistent. And that's the only way that people will follow you, that they will support you, that they will communicate with you, that they will, hang out with you, that they will be a part of what you're doing. Is you have to be consistent no matter what. And I just can't do that. So there are some changes that are happening. I don't want to stop doing this. As you know, I have pulled away from Stampin' Up. I am not a full-time demonstrator, meaning I'm not putting together card classes and um, online classes and shipping stuff out and doing paper parties and purchasing product from Stampin' Up and splitting it up and sending it out. And like, I'm not doing any of that because again, it's not that I don't have a desire to do it. It's a few things. It's I don't have the time to do it. And then some changes that Stampin' Up has made, it has made it impossible to do. But with that said, I know I stepped away from card making for a while for the last couple months as I've been focusing more on my membership with my memory keeping and this channel and what I'm doing being more memory keeping focused. I have totally done that, but I am back to card making. So if you are somebody who has followed me for any amount of time and it's been because of card making and, maybe paper parties or Stampin' Up related stuff that has to do with card making, I am doing that again. I am not doing it here on YouTube. This YouTube channel that I have here will remain focused on memory keeping. So if you want to join me for card making, you're going to do that on Facebook. So you can come over to Facebook. I will leave a link in the description box below as soon as I'm done here. It's not there now, but as soon as I'm done here, I will leave a link to Facebook. It's called Stamping and Crafting with Katina Martinez. And it is a Facebook group. I am planning on posting once a month in that group, card making stuff. We are going to kick off May on the 11th of May, which is next, I think it's next Friday. I will be live in that group and I will be using all of the brand new in color product from Stampin' Up, which we'll look at when we look at the catalog in just a moment. So that video is going to be, I want to do once a month and it will either be a live. That's what I'm hoping for, is that I will be able to do a live there and that we can connect and hang out. You can always catch the replay of the live. If I can't, for some reason, be live, I feel like probably in July when it's really hot and my office is really hot, I probably won't be able to do a live in July. But what I will do is I will have a video of card making. The other thing for that group is it's not only going to be Stampin' Up. This month, it will be, because I will be focusing on the end colors. I happen to have gotten a lot of the end color product and I want to use it and play with it and share about it. And so that's what I will be using. But in June, I'm going to be using Concord and Ninth product. So I will leave that link. I would love for you to come over and join me if you want to see card making and participate in card making fun. So that I will leave in the description below. Diane said, I will always watch your videos, whatever you post. Thank you. You were one of the first card makers I started watching. I hope you'll come over, Diane, and be a part of the Facebook group. So I know that I know there's a love-hate relationship with Facebook. I totally get that. But really, you can just participate in the group and you don't have to participate in all of the other stuff that happens on Facebook. To be honest, I'm not on Facebook on a regular basis. I am in my groups. I'm in my membership group, and then like this crafty group that I created, I'll be in that group. But otherwise, I don't really participate in Facebook because I don't like it. I totally get it. So I'll leave that in the description below. So that's the card making. That's the exciting announcement for card making. I would love for you to join me over there. I already have a video sharing all of the end color product that I got from Stampin' Up. So here is the other reason I've really pulled back from Stampin' Up. One of the other major reasons is because of shipping issues, product availability. Like I had planned on having this group and my first live hangout in April. And I had ordered all of the in color stuff at the beginning of April. I had some credits I needed to use. And I thought, okay, I'll get all the in color stuff. I did that right when I could pre-order because I can pre-order as a demonstrator. So I did that. right when I could pre-order, I did that. And it was not until the end of May that I got my stuff, or the end of April, I'm sorry, that I got my stuff. So I think it was like the last week of April, and I had waited for it all month. And I thought, this is one of the reasons I just refuse to do classes and kits and paper parties, because it's so unpredictable. And I live very close to Utah. Like, I get my stuff when it ships. I get my stuff in 2 days, 2 to 3 days, because I live so close to the warehouse. And it took 3.5 weeks for me to get my stuff. Which is, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. It's crafting stuff. It's totally fine. I adjusted, and I'm doing, our first live in May, but that is one of the reasons that it's so hard to do anything in that capacity. So I'm excited to be doing cards. I had kept thinking, like, oh, I miss doing cards. Maybe I want to make a card, but I don't want to post here on YouTube because my YouTube channel is about memory keeping. So that brings me to my second big change before we jump into the catalog and look at the catalog and I share my thoughts, is my channel here is about memory keeping. My first love, the thing that I've always loved and been passionate about, is memory keeping. That's really the very bottom line. When I was doing Stampin' Up, before I was selling it, I was using it for memory keeping. I've never been a card maker. I didn't get into Stampin' Up to make cards. I didn't even know I didn't even know you could make cards. I didn't know that was a thing. When I first did my first Stampin' Up party and I reached out to somebody and said, can you do a Stampin' Up party? I literally did not know that card making was a hobby. I wanted the product for memory keeping. When I started selling Stampin' Up product, it was because I recognized that it was something that I could do to be able to stay home with my kids. That was always my goal, was to be able to stay home with them, to participate in their school. It is the decision that our family made, that my husband wanted, that I wanted. It was just what we wanted. But I recognized that having a YouTube channel, being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, a full-time demonstrator, I was able to create a income for our family. And Stampin' Up has been very good to me. There have been twice that my husband has changed jobs, and my income from Stampin' Up paid our bills. So I am forever thankful for Stampin' Up and that ability. I wish that 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I wish I just would have continued in the memory keeping lane, and done only that on YouTube. I wish I wouldn't have gone so deep into card making, because it's just not my favorite thing. It's not the thing that I love. I enjoy doing it, but it's not my first love. So my channel and the videos that you're going to see are going to be about memory keeping here. So if you want to join me for card making, make sure you come to Facebook so that you can do that. But here on my channel, that will be my focus. It will continue to be my focus. My membership that I have is all about memory keeping. It's all about documenting everyday moments. It's about all of those things that I'm doing, and I'm really replacing my Stampin' Up income and what I was getting with Stampin' Up. I'm really replacing that with my YouTube income and my membership. And that's just in a way of being transparent. That's what I'm doing. And I'm also, with that, I am taking more of a liberty to say, I can't be consistent right now. I can't. My consistency is within my membership. They will always get the first, the time that I have first is poured into that and maintaining that. And then I'm posting on YouTube, and then I'm posting for card making. So I've always been very transparent with what I do and what I feel and how I'm doing things here. And that is my focus. And it has been, to be quite honest, it has been a little bit sad. The new catalog came out this week and I didn't do all my catalog stuff. I'm not sending out catalogs. I'm not doing any of that. And there's a little bit of sadness that I'm not a part of that world anymore, but it honestly is the best thing for me and my creativity. And I'm happier and more at peace doing it this way than I have been in a couple years. And really, it's just because my family's needs have changed. I have 3 children. I have one that is autistic and requires a lot more attention. And as I said, with them getting older, being in different things, I'm in the car more, and I cannot go to bed at night crying and so discouraged and so heartbroken that I cannot be consistent in every part of my life. My consistency has to be with my family and my kids. So I appreciate all of you being here, supporting me through that, and being willing to ride this wave, with me. I feel like in a couple years, it's going to be so different. And I will be able to get back to being more consistent. And this is what I love. I so many times have thought, I'm just going to quit. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do videos anymore. And every time I just come back to it because I love it. I've always loved it. It was never, ever about it didn't start out about making money, and I get it, everybody has to make money, right? Everybody, we're all trying to do what we can do, but that's never what it was about for me. It was about my love for community and crafting and wanting to share that. So I hope that comes across. I hope that you will understand that those changes are coming. So what I'm going to do is, instead of promising, I will have X amount of videos every week, I'm going to say I will have, 5, 6 to 8 videos a month. And sometimes that's going to look like I'm dumping a bunch of videos in a week. And sometimes it's going to look like they're spread out more. And I hope that, I'm just going to trust. I'm just going to trust in God that He's going to, help me through this time, and that I'm just going to trust that intuition, or that peace in my heart, that I'm feeling like it's okay to go that way, and have faith in my community and my YouTube channel and God, in our family and the decisions we're making. I'm just going to have faith that it's going to be a good thing, and I'm going to be able to go forward and still do this. So those are the changes that are happening, that are on the horizon. We'll have one more change to talk about when we dive into the Stampin' Up! Catalog, which we're going to do. I just want to catch up on comments. Angela said, I followed you since you started. Thank you so much. That's been a long time. I've changed my channel and stepped away for family reasons. I'm kind of on the same page. Do what's best for you. I always say that to content creators that I love. I'll always say, if I love watching them and they're like, this is changing, or that's changing, or I need this, or I need that, I always say, well, do what's best for you. Post the videos that are best for you and the time that is best for you. And because I love them, and I'll always follow them. And so it is scary on this end to make changes. And I feel like to go against the grain. I feel like there's a little bit of a atmosphere that if you're not 100% in with Stampin' Up! All the way, singing their praises from, shouting from the mountaintop that they're amazing, you're not allowed to do this. There's a lot of, like if you are on YouTube and you're not posting consistently at the same time every single week on the same day, you're such a loser, and you're never going to have a community, and everything, it's never going to work. And I feel like I'm pushing back against that a little bit and saying, hey, I want to be transparent and tell you that has nothing to do with not wanting to be here. I've literally been at the high school 4 days this week. In fact, she has a show tonight that I'm not going to because my back is out. I hurt my back, and I've been there 4 days. Like, I've been there all week. Andrew has something at the school my husband's going to, because I'm like, I've not worked all week. I need a minute. And I want to be transparent with that and say to you guys, that's what's happening. That's what's really going on. There's nothing else happening. There's nothing weird going on. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Thank you for your support and your kind words, as always. So let's jump into the brand new Stampin' Up! Catalog. What I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen, and we're going to share the catalog. So let me get that set up. Yes, it's okay that this is being live streamed. We're going to jump over to the new catalog, and I have some thoughts about this catalog. And I've seen online that other people have some thoughts about this catalog. So let's dive in and have all the thoughts. Thank you, Angela. My back is just out a little bit. I think it's from being at the theater, like the drama room, and I volunteered last night and sat on a piano bench for like 4 hours, and my lower back is just not in a great place. So I've been sitting on the heating pad this morning, and it will pass. So here is the brand new catalog, and I can tell you two things. The first thing is the catalog launched this week. The other thing that launched this week is Close to My Heart product from Close to My Heart. So in my last video, I got a lot of people that were real angry at me because I said Stampin' Up! Purchased Close to My Heart. Stampin' Up! Did not purchase the company Close to My Heart. They purchased some of the product, and then there's a whole bunch of other legal stuff that happened and legal like things that they purchased so that Close to My Heart makers could come over to Stampin' Up! So it's not just that they purchased product, like they didn't just purchase a couple stamp sets to sell. It was bigger than that, but it was less big than them purchasing the whole company. The whole company in a whole is going out of business, and Stampin' Up! Is absorbing some of that. So I apologize. I never meant to. I think I made some makers angry, and a couple of them had some not so nice things to say to me, which is okay. I understand emotions are high. I apologize that I was speaking generally, like it was the easiest thing for like most people to understand if you were not looking at the back end of everything. I was just a generalization, and I apologize if I offended anybody. I did clip a couple of the parts out that I had said that just so there was no confusion, and I put a disclaimer in that. All over the place, that's not, I didn't mean, basically I'm just sorry. I'm sorry that happened. And I just want to clarify. So the thing that happened at the beginning of May is this catalog went live and it is ready. You can purchase from it right now. And then there is a handful of Stampin' Up! Product or Close to My Heart product that Stampin' Up! Purchased that you can purchase, and I will see if I will be able to share that at the end of the video, because I do want to talk about that a little bit more. So here is the catalog, and let's get into it. Oh, thanks. Had you not heard about the Close to My Heart news? Is that what you're saying? You hadn't heard? So Close to My Heart makers who chose to come to Stampin' Up!, they are active as of right now. So as of May 1st, they could begin selling Stampin' Up! Product. And the other thing that I know is very confusing, it might be a little bit confusing, is the product that Stampin' Up! Purchased from Close to My Heart can only be purchased from Close to My Heart makers that came from Stampin' Up! So as a customer, if you were not a Close to My Heart customer, if you had not had a Close to My Heart account, then you can't purchase the product this month. Stampin' Up! Has done an amazing job of making the transition for Close to My Heart makers to come to Stampin' Up!, and I will always appreciate that. So, and we can talk about that here at the end when we look at that. Yeah, that has been happening behind the scenes since March. I think that news dropped in March. Okay, so here's the catalog cover. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like it. I hate it. I don't understand, like, there's nothing about crafting on the front of this catalog. It literally looks like, I don't know, like, are they at a church party? Are they at a Tupperware party? Is this like an IKEA catalog for furniture? Like, I don't understand the front of it right away. I was disappointed in in the cover. And I will say, I really haven't liked any of the covers in recent years. My favorite one, I used to have it displayed, was the 30-year anniversary cover, and I felt like it just screamed creativity. This one, not so much. And then we get into it. So the first thing I want to say is I love the font choice. In fact, it matches my website a little bit. The changes that I've made on my website matches a little bit of that feel. And so I really love that. I really love the display of like this card right here being up close. You can really see the stamping. I think it's 17 pages before we're going to get to any product. So this catalog, the way Stampin' Up! Laid it out is, I heard somebody say it's like an IKEA furniture catalog. Like, it's just a catalog where you're like, oh, you know, that couch looks great. Oh, those cabinets are amazing. But it's not, it doesn't really showcase the product you can purchase, unfortunately. So there's some things that are not great. Doesn't look like SU at all. Was thinking the same thing, was a bit confused. Yeah, a lot of people have been a bit confused. And I feel like the people, I might get in trouble for saying this. I feel like the people that are like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It's the most beautiful catalog ever. The product is amazing. I feel like they're Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and they're saying that because they want you to buy stuff. I feel like everybody else is like, this is kind of weird. It's kind of, I don't know, it feels different. And I'm a fan of being honest and saying, yeah, it does. It feels weird. I think it's 17 or 18 pages before you even get to the first product you can buy. And that feels like a lot. That feels like I'm very confused. I will tell you, I got my catalog in the mail. I looked through it once. It's right here. For many of you, you know, I usually get my catalog spiral bound. I usually put tabs on the catalog. Nothing. I've not looked at this again. I'm like, okay, I saw what I saw, and I don't need to look at it again. I also usually use my catalog as a tool. I usually highlight, you know, the punches I have, the dies I have. I usually make notes about the stamps I want. I've done none of that this time. So, you know, take that for what you will. So again, here we go, table of contents. It's laid out, you know, your page numbers, you know, if you're looking for organization, it's going to start on page 94. Pretty straightforward, right? Then we have another advertisement page. This is for exclusive kits. The exclusive online kits, there's been a couple that have been really cute. So as always, I encourage you to look at those, but I understand not everybody wants to look at things online. Okay, so then again, I don't really know what's going on here, why there's a whole 2-page spread of these women drinking tea and eating grapes. Okay, back to the kits. Here's a little view of them. I think that this one is fairly new. This one right here, and I know this one is fairly new. So those are the style kits. I would have totally done this kit for my kids in elementary school. This one I think is sold out right now because it is very cute. I would have done this when my kids were in elementary school. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm out of the stage of making things for my kids' class. I don't get to do it anymore. This was the last year that I really was able to do anything. This is Paper Pumpkin. I haven't gotten Paper Pumpkin in a couple years, so I don't know how good they are, how good they've been recently, just because I haven't been getting them. So do you see why already I'm like, we are on page 13 and we still have no product? Like, where's the new product? Quick and easy. Okay, at least you can tell she's doing cards. Like, at least that's good. Or she's like being creative, but again, here we go. Top 10. Okay, so this is nice, a nice layout as to what is going to be in the catalog eventually, when we eventually get to product. I like it. It's very colorful. I will say that I do really love that colorful. I think that they have really played up on that colorful rainbow look, which I love. Okay, so finally we're on page 19 and we're finally getting to some product. Okay, so this is a cool idea that they've done. You can get these ephemera packs that have like stickers and labels and different, like there's like this one that has like a boat and, you know, the butterfly and, let's see, the fish. So you could put together, you can get your cards and envelopes, right? These are card bases and envelopes. You get your ephemera, which is basically like a stamp set. And then you can add a stamp set for sentiments, and then you can make these cards. So here's a sample of the cards. So if you wanted to get, which $8 is way less expensive than a $24, you know, $17, $20, $24 stamp set. And then if you get dies to do it as well. So this is a much cheaper way to make cards. And I would imagine that probably demonstrators that are doing online classes or in-person card classes, this would be amazing for, because you get to make some cards, but you don't have to have all the things. I really love that. I love this sentiment. I don't plan on getting any of it, but I do think that it's nice. A nice thought. It's a different way to, and then here's some of the cards that you can make, which I love the showcase of these cards of what you can make. You could just literally case all of these cards and it would be great. Or you can, you know, shake it up a little bit and do something different. You could also use any of this stuff on memory keeping. That's always a nice thing as well. So you see right here is that boat, and I'm going to take this jacket off. The boat and the fish, the sunshine, very nice, right? I love the typewriter, that kind of thing. I love that they did this, that they did this card sketch inspiration in here. I think it's really, really fun that they did this. And when I saw this, I just wanted to make all of these cards. I was like, let me just get some stuff and make all of these cards. So that's really nice that they did that. Again, this is just, there's lots of these advertisement pages, even throughout, like even not getting started with product for 19 pages. And then like here is a whole advertisement page again, and they are highlighting the color family. So if you are not familiar with Stampin' Up, they have the color family. So they have subtles, brights, regals, and neutrals. The tip that I like to give for this is that usually in the spring and the summer, they use more subtles and brights. So that's how I built my collection when I first became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, is I did it by season. So I joined in May, actually. So actually this is like my 14th year anniversary, I want to say. Maybe 13th year anniversary. And so I joined in May. So I started with the subtles and then I got the brights. And then as we move into fall and then like winter, it's like regals and neutrals. So that's a nice way to build your collection if you're just starting out. This is cute. I love this sentiment here, but I'm a real big fan of like these words, like these really big words. So I love that. This is nice. At this point, when I was looking at the catalog, I was like, okay, all right, like maybe here, like, okay, I might be able to get on board with this. Again, I love the showcasing of the cards. I think it's really nice to have samples. I want to make this card right here. I think it's super cute. And then here we go, where I feel like things start getting like what is happening. The first thing is that it's not clear what product is what. They don't have designer paper, like things are just scattered throughout this catalog you're going to see. So here is Memory and More. Usually the Memory and More stuff is towards the back. So it feels a little jarring to like go right, like, okay, this is Memory and More stuff. They have the writer marker, the envelopes if you just want to make cards, and then the adhesive. So here's where I'm hoping things are going to change with Stampin' Up! With Close to My Heart, what has happened with Close to My Heart. This says Memory and More, but I promise you it's not really for memory keeping. It's really for card making. It's really geared more towards card making. Happy birthday, like you're going to use that card maybe one time a year. So in the set of Memory and More cards, you're going to get like 4 of these happy birthday. I've never liked what they did with Memory and More because it's really geared towards more card making. So with Close to My Heart, the changes, I'm hoping that that will change. They are getting a huge influx of customers that are memory keepers, and they are making adjustments, and they are essentially beefing up their memory keeping, scrapbooking, product items, thought process. And I hope that that will be reflective in the holiday catalog. I have heard that it is reflective of the holiday catalog. I know some Close to My Heart makers who have seen parts of the holiday catalog, and they have shared with me that there is more of a scrapbook feel. So time will tell, right? I will be very excited to see the holiday catalog. Okay, so next we have this one here, Wrap It Up. So here is where you're going to see your designer paper. You're not going to see this anywhere else. So usually in the back of the catalog, you can flip and you can see all of the designer paper. This is the only place you're going to see it, which I think is unfortunate a little bit. And then we have this stamp set here. I'm not a fan of it. I will tell you, I only purchased, I haven't even purchased a stamp set or a bundle from the catalog. I purchased one die, and you will see that. And then I purchased all the in color stuff, but there's no stamp sets in here that I'm interested in. Okay, creativity your way. I love this rainbow. Who just gets excited about a rainbow? I just love this. Oh, that it just is beautiful. Okay, so see 2 back to back. So we have product, then we have advertisement, advertisement. I don't get it. I love her setup here. I want to know how she got these shelves into this brick wall. That's what I want to know. Anybody else? Okay, so we have this set here. Again, this is where you're going to see your designer paper. And then these are the things that coordinate. I love the colors of this. I'm not a fan of the design. And I don't know how much I would use this stamp set. The reason I didn't, I almost was like, oh, this one's cute. But I'm like, how much am I going to use the stamp set? Like, I'm going to use it to make one card, and then I'm not going to have anything else to make with it. Then we have this. This is beautiful. I have friends that are into aviation and who have a little plane like this. And who fly. So this would be cute to do. This would be even cute to do a memory keeping page. The paper here, I love the clouds. I didn't get this just because it's not my necessarily, it's not my style, but I can see how it could be good. I'm gonna take a little drink. Okay, and I'm on Dr. Pepper this morning, which usually means I'm stressed. This is cute. The colors are pretty together. Again, the paper here. But I did not get it because again, I'm just like, I don't know how much I'm going to use that. It's just, I could see making one card with it, but I'm just not sure how else I would use that. And I'm not a fan of the colors for the paper. I think they go great with the stamp set, but not my fave. Then we have this. I love any shape like this. I love. Now, this paper is pretty. It actually reminds me of the Erin Condren Bold Bloom like color, like those jewel colors. I think are pretty. I would probably get this paper if I was getting, if I had gotten much more. This is probably one of the papers I probably would have got and used more. And then I do like these shapes, but I passed on all of this. It just wasn't, I didn't like it enough to have it in my collection. I like, this is pretty. Do you see this, this like scalloped, like that's really pretty. And you could totally use that in memory keeping. Here's that rainbow, which I'm a sucker for a good rainbow. I love this heart. So that is in this die. I feel like it is a little bit different. And so that's always nice. And then that rainbow, the rainbow paper is pretty. Then we have this one. Again, it's nice. It just is not like this card is super. I love this card layout right here. That's super simple. I would never think to do, I don't know why I would never think to do this. And then this also gives me, like, I have photos of my kids when they were little feeding the ducks, and this would be so cute to do. Not a fan of the paper, not my favorite. And then I'm sure y'all are going to know my feelings about this. Now, when I show you the Close to My Heart product that released this month, you're going to see a huge contrast between Stampin' Up! And this style here. Sorry, I'm not even going to go into it. There's just stuff happening. This style here where it's like, I don't even understand this. If you're a fan of this style, I want to get together with you. Okay. If you're like, I love this paper, there's so many things I can do with this paper. I want to come to your house and I want you to teach me how to use it. Because I look at this and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand how to use it. It just looks like, I don't even know what it looks like. I don't even know. So comment and let me know. Do you love this style and can you teach me how to use it? Country Woods, I love anything that is country. I do love this. This is something that I could see getting. The birdhouse. I feel like when I looked at this, I thought about Wendy, my friend, Wendy Cranford. She loves all things bird. Like I've always teased her that she's such like an old soul because she just loves birds. And I think it was about a year ago, I was sitting here, my window's right here, and my husband had put in a bird feeder. And I sat here and I watched a bird for like half an hour. And I texted her and I was like, oh, great. Like you've rubbed off on me. Like I watched a bird for like half an hour. And she laughed at me. I love the embossing folder. I think it's super cute. Again, I chose not to get any of this. All of the stuff that I got was from the Close to My Heart release. And you will see why. So there are things that I like in here, but not enough to have in my collection forever. These are very similar to things I already have. The paper, I'm not really a fan of. I feel like there would be like one or two pieces that I would use like regularly, and then I would run out of that piece, right? The ribbon's okay. It's pretty, you know, I'm a sucker for ribbon. I did get, in fact, this is paper that you will see in the Saturday the 11th, or yeah, Saturday the 11th is when I'm doing the card making live. And I did get this paper here, and I got this glitter paper, and this all matches the new ink colors. I got these dots here. Yes, so I got this because it matches the ink colors. It coordinates with right here, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock. Say that 5 times fast. Summer Splash, Berry Burst, and then Petunia Pop. And these right here are the new ink colors. So they obviously coordinate really well with the new ink colors, and that's why I got them. So I got the glitter paper and the dots, and we'll use those when we do some card making. Here is a floral stamp set. Just not interested in the floral sets like this. It just feels like every other stamp set Stampin' Up! Does. This is actually a $1 million set by Shelly. I'm going to butcher that last name, so I'm going to pass on it. But this is a $1 million set. But it just feels like all the other sets we've had. It just does not feel like it's anything new or fresh. Okay, so this I love. I love that Stampin' Up! Has done this, and this is the only die that I purchased. You can get this in a die or a punch. Now, how amazing is that? There's lots of times that I feel like a punch, I wish I had a die because A, it takes up less space, and B, it's less expensive. So they did that, and I think that that is phenomenal. So the die that I purchased was this one right here. I purchased the tab die, and I think it is genius. Now you can get this bundled. You can do this stamp set. I don't really need the stamp set because really when I'm looking for like a tab, I just want the tab. I don't want it to have anything. I just want it to be plain so I can write on it or print on it, whatever the situation is. And then same thing over here. Here's a punch and it's this great shape. Or you can get dies, and if you get the dies, you get 3 of them. So you can do 3 at a time, which again, I love. I think that is so awesome. Like, I think that's phenomenal that they did that. So that's the die I got, that little tab die. And then we have this one, which I just don't I wouldn't know how to, I wouldn't necessarily know how to use this one. This one's cute. I'm a fan of the animal stamps. For a long time, I had like every animal stamp that Stampin' Up! Came out with. The hard thing for me with these is that I don't always like to color them. So it's nice. You can cut them out of cardstock. You can stamp them and then die cut them. I love this die and this die. That's nice. But again, passed on those. Here is a pocket. This reminds me of the jean pocket. Remember several years ago, they had that pocket that looked like the back of a denim jean pocket. I loved that. So this is a cute one. I don't love the stamp set, but the die is really cute. And then I don't really like anything about this one. You can see here that this die does the rosettes, which could be kind of nice. I have a lot of rosette wreaths. Like I have a summer one that I hang up in the summer. I have Christmas ones. So that's kind of nice, but they're only going to make one size. The die will only make them one size. So here is a great simple baby type set. Again, this one's cute. And if I had anybody in my life that was still having babies, it would be a great set to have, but I'm just out of that stage of life. Like all of my friends already have kids. I kind of joke because I have one friend that has a 3-year-old, and then the rest of my friends have kids in high school or middle school. And it's like, there's like this big like gap. Well, I have a couple friends that have like smaller elementary school kids, like toddler and then, just starting elementary school. And then the rest of my friends, like we all have kids that are older. So we're going to like graduations and those types of things where I'm not like really doing baby showers and baby stuff. But it's a great simple set. This one is one that probably before the catalog ends, I will probably get just for the shopping cart and the bags. I love that. I think it would make a fantastic memory keeping page. The other thing you're going to notice is right up here is this color wheel. It's like this circle, and then there's these colors. I'm going to zoom in on that part. Do you see right up here? And then there's also a card sketch. So this card here goes with this card sketch and these colors, which is a really great feature. I really love that. That is one of the things that I really love in the catalog that I feel like you could utilize for other things. And you're going to see this color wheel in the back here when we get to the back. Here's the hamburger. It's cute, but it's sketchy. Like it's not as crisp and clear as you just have this very sketchy. That's the only way I know how to. It's just the design of the artwork is very sketchy. And that's just not my favorite type of art for stamps. Then this one is one that I definitely plan on getting. If you've been following along with my memory keeping, this is something that I document all the time. The things we're watching, the things we're into, the things the kids watch. I will definitely get this set. I did not get it right away. Again, because there was other things that I knew I wanted more of. And I couldn't get this during pre-order. I had to wait until the catalog went live. If I had been able to order this in April, I would have ordered it. But knowing what Close to My Heart was releasing, I knew I could wait for this one. Then we have butterflies. I have good butterfly sets in my collection already, so I didn't need that. And then this circle, I don't know, I didn't love that. These dies could be cute. It might be a nice die set to have in your collection, but it just wasn't anything that I thought was all that amazing. Then we have the mountains. Stampin' Up! Always has like a couple sets that are like this. I never feel really confident using this stuff, and it's not really my style, so I always pass on this. This reminds me of Lovely as a Tree. If you have been around Stampin' Up! For any amount of time, you know that there is a stamp set. It was called Lovely as Trees, I think. And it was around for like 20 something years. Every time a new catalog would come out, Stampin' Up's, it was like an inside joke where we would bet, like, is that stamp set still in the catalog? So it's a very, like a throwback almost. I think that exact tree was in that set. Here is this one. Snapdragon. Snapdragons, funny enough, funny enough, snapdragons, I'm not an outside person. I'm not a gardening person. I cannot keep plants alive to save my life, but snapdragons do really well. And for a couple years, I kept some alive every year. And then this one, again, just not my style, not something that I would use, but I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it. Then there's this page, which are some bundles that are not necessarily bundled together anymore, which this is where I feel like it feels confusing. They're not bundled together. You have to pay for them separately. You have to pay for them separately, but they look bundled together on this page. But they're carryovers, so they're ones that have carried over from the last catalog. And we have quite a few of them. Stamp and Shout. Okay, so then there have been some clear blocks that have retired, FYI. There have been a couple that have retired. So the clear block selection is smaller. Okay, so all of this stuff features this stuff here. Not my favorite, not my most favorite. This one's cute. This reminds me of Andrew. So this one's cute. You can pair it together. I love the colors of this. Again, the artwork that they're showing, like the cards, like this is amazing. I feel like they're much like clearer. They're not just like in the background, like, well, like even this, it's not like the cards are just scattered in the background of something. Like they're really, they're showcasing it. It's like, it just jumps out, which is really nice, especially for inspiration. Like if you're looking for inspiration, I always say, just case a card in the catalog, open your catalog up, find a card you love and case it. Under the Moon, I don't get any of it. It's like that, scenery stuff that I don't necessarily understand. And then here, all up here, are these things that are featured. The brayer, the new brayer, is still available. We have major stuff going on outside, you guys. I'm really sorry. We have people doing some work across the street, and these big trucks that have like ground stuff. It's not asphalt, but it's like kind of like asphalt. They're doing some work across the way. They've been parking on our street right across from the house and like doing all this stuff, unloading, like changing out the things they're pulling, and they're getting asphalt all over in our yard. So my husband put cones out and moved our vehicle so they can't park in front of our house. And now all the trucks, like when they all left, he like very quickly put out cones and moved our vehicles, and we're like, stop parking in our front of our house and dumping all of this stuff. And now they're all coming back, and I can tell they're angry. That's what's happening. That's what's happening in my world. And then here's storage. Y'all know that I love my Stampin' Up! Storage. I just got a few more of the Stampin' Up! Ink pad holders. because I got the new in colors. So, and they're over there. I have reorganized all of my stuff to rainbow order. In fact, I just reorganized my cardstock. I do have footage of that I filmed. I just haven't got it edited and posted, but I changed everything to rainbow order. So my ink pads are in rainbow order, my cardstock is in rainbow order, and now my cardstock, where I hold my cardstock, has a mix of Stampin' Up, and I've started to purchase Concord and Ninth cardstock. So then here's a set. I like that it's all thank you. Dragonfly. We got rid of a Dragonfly set recently. This is the first time I'm really seeing this. This is cute. I like that. I like the sentiments. Celebrate the year. So we have some of them down here. This is why it's confusing for me. I'm just like, so this is great. It's all beautiful, but I don't understand what stamp set does what. So like, I don't understand what stamp set this is. So then looking down here, it's like you have to look and see, like, what is even this set here? You know, you can't really see. Let me see, what page is this? Let me look at it in my catalog. Oops. This is page 100. I mean, yeah, it's still just as grainy, even looking at it in the catalog. So that's the hard part about this, is not really understanding what goes with what. Like, this is great, and there's chocolate, and there's these dyes, but like, where are these dyes from? There's no dyes here. And then what's this? If I don't know what, is this a trimmer? Is this a scoreboard? What if I'm a customer and I want this, but I don't know what it is? And then it says like simply scored tool, but it's like, well, what does that do? Can I get this chocolate? Is there an item number for this chocolate? I found the best chocolate at Target. It is the sea salt caramel chocolate. I literally, for my birthday, was like, I need 3 bags of that. I need each one of you to get me a bag of that caramel chocolate. Caramel is my favorite. So I made them all buy me a bag of chocolate caramel. This is cute. It's a really cute one. And then same thing with this. This is cute. Again, if I was in that stage of life, this card is probably, I think, the cutest card of this whole catalog. Then this. I like the boots. I think memory keeping when I see this. This is a cute idea. With the, see, I didn't even know we had this. Use rotary tip for cutting unique perforated patterns. So this must be take your pick crafter tip. So this must be a new tip for your, I just see, I didn't even know. I had no idea. But that is such a cute idea with the alien. Then we have invitations. If you want to do invitations, it's a great set. This, I love this ribbon. It's beautiful. I have a couple rolls of this ribbon. Nothing on here. I love the home decor projects. I love doing paper crafting for home decor. It's one of my favorite things to do. All over my house are paper crafting home decor pieces, and I love it. So I love this idea, but I don't know that I would get any of that. Metallic magic. I love the metallic and the textured. Again, I don't really know. I don't really know, you guys. I don't know. Ribbon, you know, I'm a big fan of ribbon. I got all of this ribbon here. This matches the in colors. Okay, and here's the other issue with the way the catalog is laid out. So I got all of this ribbon, but it was on an order that I did afterwards because I missed that this, I was like, don't we always have in color ribbon that matches? I could not figure out, like this says Petunia Pop border ribbon. Okay, so that is 7. So that's here. But I was like, okay, but where's like this ribbon where it's like you can get, and it's like, oh, this ribbon is this ribbon, but it's like, it used to be like in color ribbon, and then they would list all of these because it's like the same bordered ribbon. Like we have bordered ribbon, where it used to be you would have bordered ribbon and then you'd have all the items that are that. So I was very confused. I was like, we don't have all the in colors. It's all different. This is different than this, but where's this? So that was one of the other things that was confusing. Then we have embellishments. I'm always a sucker for good embellishments. I've backed off buying the embellishments because I have so many. I literally have so many embellishments. Then we have sticky business with all of our adhesives. Some of my favorite adhesive is the adhesive sticky sheets. I really love, you can die cut those. I like to have those on hand. And then this is watercolor technique. So again, this is a bit confusing as what is what. Like to me, this just looks like an advertisement of cards. I don't really understand that this is a product, like that this is the product here. Same thing with like pencil me in. So the watercolor these are pencils. I do have the pencils. I like the pencils. I've never gotten into the pastels. Just not my thing. Another set here, a punch, the trimmer, the bone folder. Shake it up. Anybody go into Taylor Swift? Shake it off. If Violet was here, she would totally. I love this cake. This is cute. Techniques. Here's the brayer. So it's like, here's like some technique products you might need, right? Texture, the heat tool. I don't know. The paste. I don't know, you guys. You let me know. Chime in and let me know what you think. Here's the embossing folders. The blends. Here's writer markers, which I thought these were blends. I was like, oh, they've packaged blends now, but they haven't. That's writer markers. Here is the color wheel. This is beautiful. I have heard rumors that they are reworking the color wheel and that it is going to be available for customers and demonstrators to buy. They had a version of this at a Stampin' Up event that if you went to the Stampin' Up event, you got. And there was so much love for it that I've heard that by the end of the year, they'll have one out, which I don't understand like color theory. It's not something that I really understand. So I like the idea of this. And then we get into collections. So here is settles, and then you have the items down here. Brights, regals, neutrals, and then end colors. So this is all of the stuff that I got for this catalog release. I got all of the cardstock. I got the Stampin' Up ink pads. I did not get the re-inkers, and then I got the blends. I got the designer paper, and I also got the ribbon, and I got the writer markers. So Renee said they are taking the in colors out. So instead of there being like, let's see, what is an in color? So peach pie, that will not be relevant in 2 years. So I guess they're taking out the in colors and making it so it will stay current longer, which is nice. So I got all of the in color stuff. So that's what we'll be using on May 11th. My live is going to be May 11th at 11 o'clock. And again, I will leave the link in the YouTube description as soon as I'm done here. Okay, so then we go into index and the end of the catalog, and that is it. So I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to pop over and I'm going to pull up the Stampin' or the Close to My Heart product that was released, and you are going to see the difference. Okay, so let me come back to Zoom and let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so this is the product that was Close to My Heart product that Stampin' Up! Purchased, and they released in May. Now, if you were a maker, like I can't sell, you can't buy this stuff from me because I wasn't a Close to My Heart maker. My recommendation, if you want to, okay, so that's the first thing is that regular Stampin' Up! Demonstrators cannot sell this. The second thing is, if you were not a Close to My Heart customer, then you, like if you were not already purchasing stuff from Close to My Heart, you can't purchase this. So you had to have an account with Close to My Heart in order to purchase this. Now, I'm a big fan of purchasing what you love. I'm a big fan of purchasing stuff other than Stampin' Up. I've always said Stampin' Up is a gateway drug. You start using Stampin' Up, you get into crafting, you start using Stampin' Up, and then all of a sudden you realize there's an amazing world of crafty fun out there, and you start purchasing other stuff. Now, most demonstrators are going to be like, no, Stampin' Up is the only thing. Stampin' Up is the whole world. Everything Stampin' Up does is amazing. Don't look anywhere else. No other company sells crafty stuff. Don't look anywhere else. Just look right here. I don't believe that. I already had a Close to My Heart account. I have been buying Close to My Heart cardstock now for several months. And I had started to build up my 12 by 12 cardstock through Close to My Heart. So I was able to purchase all of this. I was also able to purchase it for myself, which I did not realize that I was going to be able to do. My recommendation is if you had a Close to My Heart account, then you probably already had a Close to My Heart maker that you were purchasing through. If that maker did not come to Stampin' Up, or you weren't really purchasing, but you had an account and you want to purchase this stuff, my recommendation is Erin Jacobson. She was the person I was purchasing from. She's actually local to me. She lives in my area, and I have been able to cultivate a friendship with her. I think she's amazing, and she's really doing this. She has a YouTube channel all about memory keeping and making scrapbook pages. She's a phenomenal, amazing lady. I will leave her YouTube channel linked in the description below. She is now a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She came over to Stampin' Up! And is using Stampin' Up! Stuff, and you'll see Stampin' Up! Stuff from her. So this was their release, and it was amazing. I purchased from this release is what I purchased. So they have so there's even Close to My Heart colors that are exclusive to Close to My Heart that Stampin' Up! Is selling in this release. I got the paper. It's so cute. I love it. I absolutely love it. This, you can just see a different style with Close to My Heart. That's amazing. So here's the paper. I got a set of the paper, and then I got a second set of the paper that included the sticker sheet. So essentially, I got two packs of paper and one sticker sheet. I did not get the embellishments. Again, I have so many embellishments. Here is 12 by 12 cardstock, and I did not get any cardstock my first go around. I will get some towards the end of the month because I want this cardstock to sell in this format, so Stampin' Up! Will finally create a way for us to buy 12 by 12 cardstock. So you get the two-toned cardstock. It's $20, but you get 24 sheets, and then here are the colors. I will be picking up Honey Butter, Pumpkin, Jade, and Limeade. I actually already have Harbor. I actually purchased several sets of Harbor cardstock. last month before I knew Stampin' Up! Was going to be doing cardstock in this release. And then you can also get the ink pads. I have some close to my heart ink pads, but I don't have very many. They're not the thing that I love about close to my heart. It's not their ink pads. It's their product and their cardstock. I did pick up these dies. So they are alphabet dies, but you can see that on the very bottom, they have a connection so you can connect them. It's so cute. It's so, so cute. So I picked up those and you can see some samples here. I don't know if these, like this just shows the dies. I don't know if the, like, I don't know where these shapes come from. I'm not positive. Then here's the stamp set. I didn't get this one. This is a kit. So you can see, oops. Let's go back through. So this is a kit. And you get all of these things in the kit. Here's some this is so card making workshop. So again, this is a kit. You can make these cards. Then here is this kit, and it includes the paper, the sticker sheet, cardstock. Oh, this is cut aparts. That's what this is. It's cut aparts. I was like, I don't think that's stickers. This is a scrapbooking workshop here, so you can see that that's those items. Okay, so then here's the stamp sets and the dies. So I love this. You can just see the difference. Like there is such a difference in the artwork with the close to my heart items than the Stampin' Up! Items. I got this set here and I got the dies, and I will actually be using this floral set with my Concord and Ninth product in June for our card making workshop in June. So I'll use this stamp set and the dies, and then I'm going to be using my Concord and Ninth cardstock, pattern paper, and ink pads. I love it. I really love it. And then here's that sticker sheet. So I got that sticker sheet. And then you can get the cardstock. You can get 12 sheets, 2 each of these. I will just be getting the full packs because I want Stampin' Up! To see that that is a better way to sell their cardstock. So that was the May release for Close to My Heart. You can see I got a lot of that stuff and not so much of the Stampin' Up! Stuff. So I would love to know in the comments just where you're at. What do you think of the new catalog, the Stampin' Up! Catalog? You can still purchase Stampin' Up! Product from me if you're looking to pick up the new ink colors. I would love for you to pick up even the cardstock and ink pads for the new ink colors, and then join us on May 11th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when I will do that. And I will be live, we'll be creating, we'll be hanging out. I will leave the Facebook group in the description below, along with Erin's YouTube channel, so you can check her out. And then I just want to thank you guys for taking a moment to watch my video, hear about the changes that I'm making and why I'm doing those. And I just want to thank you for being here. More than anything, I want to thank you for joining my membership. I know there's several of you who've joined my membership for memory keeping and that are still here watching. I know there are several card makers that just watch my content because you want to support me, and I am so very thankful for that. I appreciate it so much. So come join me in the Facebook group for card making, and I will be back next week. This weekend, it's supposed to get cold and rainy and snowy even here in California. And so I will actually be spending the weekend crafting. I'm hoping that my back will bounce back. Kayla has a break this weekend from drama stuff and rehearsal stuff, and so I don't have to drive all over the place, and I'm planning on crafting. So I hope to have several videos to share with you next week. So I'm just going to catch up on comments really quick to make sure that I did not miss anything, which it doesn't look like I did. Yeah, Renee said the color will be available September or October. So that will be coming up. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I will